So once again, I am going to study about the tissue. Revision. The tissue we have discussed last time as the group of cells similar in structure, function, and origin is called tissue. A group of the cells similar in structure, function, and origin is called as the tissue. Since there are the two type of individuals, one is plants and animals, so we will separately study about the plant tissue and the animal tissue. First, we have to study about the plant tissue. Plant tissue. Plant tissue, it is of the two types. It is of the two types. Number one is meristematic. Number one is meristematic and other is permanent. One is meristematic tissue and other is the permanent tissue. I have told the property of meristematic tissue. The cells of meristematic tissues are always in the state of the division. They have thin wall with prominent nucleus and dense cytoplasm. The meristematic tissue ultimately differentiate to form the permanent tissue. On the basis of their location, meristematic tissues or the meristem is of the three types. That is of three types. Number one is apical meristem. Second one, intercalary meristem. And third one is the lateral meristem. Three types of the tissues, three types of meristems on the basis of their locations in plant body. So this apical meristem, as you study about the plant, in case of the plant, so these plants having the root and this having the apex is there. So So as name indicates, and so many branches are the see that leaves may be there. A little more here. So this is location of apical meristem. This is the apex part of the plant. So apical meristem will be found in this region. This is the location of apical meristem. This is apical meristem. This is part apical meristem is here and here also. Apical. So apical meristems are found on the root apex and the shoot apex. Apical meristem is found on the root apex and shoot apex. These meristems are responsible to increase in the length of the plant. Due to the activity of apical meristems, plant increases in its length. And next one is the intercalary meristem. These intercalary meristems are found at the nodes, and this meristem is responsible to increase. It is also found on the petioles of the leaves. Suppose this is nodes, it is their nodes, and it is also the nodes. So this is found in this region. It is found in this region. So here this is the apical meristem. And after that, intercalary meristem. This is intercalary meristem. Intercalary meristem. So, what is the function of intercalary meristem? Intercalary meristem also increases in the length of the plant. It is also responsible to increase in the length of the plant or the height of the plant. You can see properly about this meristem, intercalary meristem in case of the sugar cane. If you see the plant of the sugar cane or bamboo, in case of the sugar cane or the bamboo, you can observe very easily nodes and the internodes. In these plants, nodes and internodes may be easily seen. Suppose these are the nodes. This is nodes and these are the internodes. This is node. This is also node, and in between the nodes, this portion is internode. This portion is internode. So it's small, and in due course of the time, this internode increases. Internode increases, and this This is the portion of the plant. Increases into the length. It was very small and it is very big due to the presence of the intercalary meristem. These intercalary meristem are responsible to increase in the length of the plant or the height of the plant. And this is the example of the intercalary meristem. And you can easily observe in case of this sugar cane. If you see that sugar cane initially during, I think, before the rainy season, the internodes are the very small, and during rainy season and after the rain there is the increase into the internodes and it increases into at the length. Same situation you can see in case of the bamboo plant. It is small initially, it is very small, and after some time it internodes increases, so that increase in the length of the plant. And next one is so apical meristem and intercalary meristem, both meristem are responsible to increase in the length of the plant. Now next meristem is the lateral meristem. As name indicates, lateral meristems are found in the lateral side of the plant. These meristems are found on the lateral side of the plant. Suppose this is lateral side of the plant in this region, this meristem will be in this region. This is the lateral meristem. Lateral this is lateral meristem. An example of the this is location of lateral meristem, and examples of the lateral meristem is the is the cambium and the car cambium. These are the examples of the lateral meristem. What is function of lateral meristem? Due to the activity of the lateral meristem, plant increases in the circumference or the thickness of the plant. Thickness of the plant increases due to the activity of the lateral meristem. So there are three types of the meristems on the basis of the location of the plant, that is the apical meristem, intercalary meristem, and the lateral meristem. So one question, suppose one student marks 3 meters from the ground. Here, suppose he mark 3 meters from the ground, and after 3 years he come. Suppose one mango tree is there, mango plant is there, and in the mango plant he marks 3 meters from the ground on the plant. After 3 years he come back and again measures the height of the mark from the ground, what he marked on the plant. So what will be height of the mark from the ground? What he will observe? Any change he will observe? No, there will no change in the height of the mark from the ground, because in this region there is no meristem, there is no apical meristem. In this region there is no apical meristem, so there is no growth. Only apical meristem is found in this region and this region, so height will increase only in this region. So there will no change, there will no effect or no change in the height of the mark, what he marked on the plant. So in this way we can study. Next one, the meristem is the permanent meristem, apical meristem. Next, permanent. This is the meristematic tissues or the meristem are the meristematic tissue and the permanent tissue. Next, we are studying about the permanent tissue. In case of the permanent, it is of the two types. It is of two types. Number one is simple permanent tissue, and second is complex permanent tissue. Complex permanent tissue. This simple permanent tissue is made up of only one type of the cells. It is of the three types. It is of three types. Number one is parenchyma. Second one is collenchyma. And third one is the sclerenchyma. Third one is sclerenchyma. As in case of the parenchyma, these are the thin walled, and there is the intercellular spaces in between them. Their shape may be variable shapes. So one nucleus is there and the cytoplasm is there. This is the tissue parenchyma. In case of the parenchyma, these are the livings and having the thin wall with dense cytoplasm, and these parenchyma are the modified into chlorenchyma. It is modified into the chlorenchyma. When parenchyma develops chlorophyll, such parenchyma is called as the chlorenchyma. When parenchyma develops chlorophyll, such parenchyma is called as the chlorenchyma, and in this situation, chlorenchyma makes the food for the plants. And this parenchyma develops the air cavities or the air spaces, and such parenchyma is called as the aerenchyma. It is called aerenchyma. This aerenchyma help in the floating of the plant. You have seen the water hyacinth, and you see that the petioles are the swollen. Why they are swollen? Due to presence of the aerenchyma, and aerenchyma help in the floating of the plant. So chlorenchyma and the aerenchyma. Next on the collenchyma. In case of the collenchyma, there is no intercellular spaces in between them, and they provide strength, rigidity to the plant. This is the collenchyma. And next on the sclerenchyma, it is of the two types. One is the fibers and other the sclerites. So fibers are the elongated cells with narrow lumens, and these cells sclerenchyma dead parenchyma and collenchyma are living cells, but sclerenchyma are dead at the maturity. So that's for today. Complex permanent ratio we discuss tomorrow. Thank you. That's for today.